All right, welcome class. So today we're going to here we go. We are going to work on comparing and ordering some numbers. Now, when you get fractions, decimals, negatives, positives, all in combination, it's important that you know how to sort these properly. All right, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is read the question. Paige wants to sell a certain number of roses each month. The difference between her goal and her actual sales is shown. Order the differences from least to greatest. Okay, we're going to box least to greatest to remind us that we're going L to G. L to G. L to G. Okay, cool, no problem. Okay, so now we have these numbers, and we need to put them least to greatest. So I like to kind of sort them by negatives and positives first, get my clumps. So I'm going to put my negatives over here because they're obviously less than my positives. So I have negative 1/2, negative 2.27, negative 2 5/8, 1 8/3. Okay, so let me start with my negative numbers to see which goes first. I have negative 1/2, negative 2.27, negative 2 5/8. So in order to compare these and not just guess, I'm going to have to make sure they're all in one format, either fraction form or decimal form. Okay, even though two are in fraction form, and it would be easier to change one over to a fraction form, this 0.27 would be pretty difficult to make a fraction because it's not going to be anything pretty. A fourth, a half, a third, it's going to be an ugly fraction. So let's change my fractions. So 1/2 becomes negative 0.5. And negative 2 5/8 becomes negative 2.625. If I divide 5 by 8, I get 625.625. And of course, I have negative 2.27. Okay, so now I have to put them in order from least to greatest. Let's remember our number line, right? If we put a 0 here, anything to the left is going to be negative and less than, and anything to the right is going to be positive and greater than. The greater the negative number, the less it is, right? Negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, right? As my negative number gets bigger, it becomes less than other numbers. So looking at these, I already can see I have 2 that are going to be 2. Now if I were to line up my decimals, I would have 2.7070.500. Okay, so what is larger, 625 or 270? Right, 625. So because it's negative, it's going to be more to the left, less than the rest of them. So this is my lowest number. And let me go ahead and write the original number there, negative 2 5/8. Okay, now I have 0.5 and 0.27, or 2.27. So the next one's going to be my negative 2.27. And the last one's negative 0.5. Okay, so I've officially sorted those. Now on to my positives. So for my positives, I have 1 8/3. I have 1 and I have 8/3. So let me go ahead and make this a mixed number. 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2 left over. So I have 1 versus 2 2/3. Which one is greater? This one. So I can say 1 8/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Double check here. Ordered from least to greatest. There you have it. All right, so we remembered the first step, least to greatest. We identified that order. Second step, I sorted between negatives and positives. Then I sorted out my negatives, sorted out my positives, and then placed them on the line. Excellent. All right, this is just a video of the first one. The next video is going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it.